And it's like, obviously you have a girlfriend, you have friends. How did those relationships cope then? Because you obviously were depleted, I'm assuming. And then you did a long day of work, renovating the house, and then you had to have your own personal life as well.
Yeah, it was quite hard, especially having a girlfriend. I don't, like, you've got to give credit to her, to be fair, as well.
Yeah.
Couldn't go on date nights, couldn't go for food. Like, I had to time everything right, so then I didn't feel hungry going to bed, stuff like that. So, like, for that duration, we pretty much did nothing. And it was even my birthday, we went to Miller and Carter, and I still managed to get my macros right.
How do you want to?
I literally worked everything out.
Yeah.
So you were like
instead of having I dropped my post-workout meal, had a shake at 10. It was on a Saturday. I had a shake at like 10 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yeah. And then I banked on my calories for that end. And the steak was, I think I worked it out, all the macros was pretty much near on close.
Yeah.
Like couple calories maybe over, but the macros were spot on. And then when I woke up, it was straight back to
the Stairmaster. So you were like obsessed. You were like obsessed with this lifestyle. Did you feel like pressure on yourself to do it, or did you just do it for like curiosity?
Yeah, I was just always, even from a young age, like as soon as like you're able to go to the gym, like especially when you've come from like a rugby stigma, I want to be the hardest bloke about it. Do you know what I mean? So like it is that stigma, isn't it? So you're just like watching YouTube videos of like people in the gym. You're like, I don't know, it just really like caught my attention, if anything. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like with the YouTube videos and such, then I just like watch. Back then it was like Jeff Side. I don't know.
Jeff Side. Yeah.
I've heard of him. Yeah, I think.
Jeff Side. He had like the
long
fringe and everything.
Oh yeah, I know. He's gotten like quite big recently, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he's a twat, but I don't know.
He went quiet. Like
I haven't seen videos.
No, he was back in the day. He was like, he blew up. It was
top dog basically.
Yeah, it was between him and Ziz. Like, do you know?
Yeah.
Everyone knows Ziz.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like it went from being like a massive like bodybuilding, like brick shit house basically, to like men's physique, like just being the most shredded bloke there is, and obviously being a fat kid, like that's what you aim for, like, do you know what I mean? And then so like them, you know, like doing the like the diet and stuff, and like seeing change and stuff, I'm just like, well, I just want to see how far I can actually take this without killing myself, basically.
Were you like motivated by looking back at like those old photos of you?
Yeah, like the biggest tipping point that made me start is from a photo, actually, because we were down Rosilli, and one of the boys took a photo, and I'll always remember this. It's like he took a few, and the other ones didn't even look that bad, but it was just the worst angle I've ever seen in my life. It just done something. It triggered something in my head. Right, I need to change this.
Yeah.
And then I just haven't stopped since, basically. And then obviously, do you know, when check-ins, this is why it's good to have a coach to hold you accountable, because you have no other choice to get that check-in photo in, and every week you'll see a change. If you're in the same spot, like, be consistent with the check-ins at the same time, fasted, don't have food, water, nothing, just have that. You know where you are exactly, and then once you start seeing change, you got like this other drive. Like towards the end, there was no motivation whatsoever to do it. It was just proper discipline. Yeah, I built such a thing from running. Like, I did not like running, but I liked the feeling after it. So if I could get through the shit,
you can get the runner's high. Yeah. Obviously, you can do all the physical activity in the world to lose weight, but I think the large part of it is the mindset. So what do you think your biggest mindset change has been from that, maybe that photo in Rosilli to now? What sort of clogs have turned in your head to keep you on this path of discipline?
To be honest, just feeling healthier.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly, like back then, I remember telling Corner and you, right, like I never drink water, never did, right, and obviously everyone knows me as Fizzy Pop. We had literally cans of pop in here. I'd literally lived on pop and like just junk food and stuff. And it was one time we came in here and I actually looked jaundiced, like the colour of my like thing. He was like, you need to drink water, it's just not healthy, like, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, like from there on as well, it did change as well from just feeling healthier, and like once I had that taste of like wearing clothes that would like fit me better, and I wouldn't be gassed just walking up the stairs. Well, like Connor made a good point before. It's like I was 129 kilos.
That's mad.
And then I was always gassed out, needed an asthma pump, when really I didn't need my asthma pump.
Basically what I'm on now.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was a lot.
Yeah.
I was honestly, you walk 5 minutes, I was gassed, honestly. And,
no, it's not.
I think I'd need an asthma pump when I didn't need an asthma pump. But then
Corner get rid of some fat. Like.
Yeah, Corner made a good point then, and he'd be like, well, you see people with weighted vests and stuff. And imagine carrying or walking around with like an extra 40 vest on, and